Hola, tica, pura vida. Hi,
Pura
Vanny.
vida, Sabra.
Hi, Vanny. How are you?
Everything's good. How are you?
Great. So we're gonna talk today about your country, which is
Okay. What do you want to know
no,
about my
which is Costa Rica. Which is you need to answer. Costa Rica is the place that you live.
Oh, okay.
You
Sorry,
used to.
because a car came and I didn't listen. Yeah, I'm from Costa Rica.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about Costa Rica, the place that you're coming from, and let's just make some translation for the people who are not Spanish or not coming from Costa Rica. I greet you with "Hola, tica," which means um,
Which means a person from Costa Rica, a girl from
tica,
Costa Rica, it's a tica, yeah.
and a man is tico.
Tico. Yeah.
And Costa Ricans are ticos.
Yeah,
Great.
exactly.
And pura vida is pure life, or but it's more like what does it mean basically?
It's more like a lifestyle. I think
Mhm.
we are we're known for being like very nice people, calm, chilled,
Oh.
and we're very relaxed. Like the world can be in the middle of the apocalypses and we're
Mhm.
gonna be okay, we're fine, like it's part of our lifestyle.
Cool, amazing. Sounds like an amazing place. And I read about Costa Rica, and I know, for example, that you abolish your army, which is, for Israeli is amazing. It's like it's like I don't know. It's beyond the dreams, to abolish the army. So maybe we can talk about this later. And also, what's interesting about you is that you are part of the Jewish community of Costa Rica, which is, I'm guessing, not very big.
Yeah,
Maybe.
we're like around 2,000 persons, something like that.
Crazy, crazy. And you have like synagogue and I
Yeah.
don't know, like cool. So again, if you like, we can talk about this nice Costa Rican Jewish Costa Rican community. And so let's start from. I mean, I don't know about this question for Costa Rican, but what is an interesting pastime local in Costa Rica? What do you like to be in your leisure time?
Um, I like it's very different from person to person, but like a common thing that I think most of the people have is soccer.
Soccer.
Actually, yeah, actually we've been in a couple of mundiales,
Okay.
World
Yeah.
Cup.
Use more Spanish, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It's I don't think like we were like not we didn't went that far, but
Hmm.
we were there, so it's like very cool for a small country to just be there.
Sure.
And what else? We're also known for surfing.
Yeah, sure. Because
We
you have
have
like
some specific
a lot
beaches
of beaches.
that
Yeah.
the waves goes in the other direction or
Hmm.
something like that. I don't know much about surf, but I know it's something like that.
Uh-huh.
We also have one of the best places in the world to do diving.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense because you're a lot of like a lot of
Yeah,
beaches and
but
sea
it's
grounds.
like an UNESCO place. Like it's amazing. Like it's called La Isla del Coco, which is very very famous. And if you Google it, like you will see like it's amazing.
Mhm.
And we have also amazing beaches. Like we have one that it's just from seashells, and we have
Oh,
pink beach and black beach and white beach, and it's amazing because we are a very small country. So you
yeah.
have a lot of different things there, and we also do. I think it's called kite surfing.
Mhm. Okay.
We have a place that is very known for that. I don't do
So
anything of
basically,
any.
surfing, diving, but you have also like amazing places in the not mainland, but in the land, right? You have like a lot of reservations or forests or some, right? I'm not mistaken about that.
Yeah, we have a lot of like unique forests. Like we
Mhm.
have one that it's called like I don't know. I'm
Say in
trying to do
Spanish.
the translation like
Say in Spanish.
rainy,
Say in Spanish, please.
bosque lluvioso,
Go ahead.
um, something like that.
Okay,
Oh my
so
god, my teachers from school will like puke if they hear me.
so
How
so
come you don't remember everything?
and also if I'm not mistaken, first of all, your English is great, and I think that this is something that really is part of Costa Rican, right? You have like a big influence from, you speak Spanish and English in a very, right, most of Costa Rican know pretty good English, and of course Spanish, which is the native language. Do you want to add something about that? I mean, I don't know.
I think it's because like well, I learned it a little bit or I could say mostly traveling. Of course, I had classes at school also, but I
Hmm.
think I start speaking outside school. Like
Hmm.
when I start traveling and meeting people from everywhere, I think that was like my main motivation probably.
Uh-huh.
And I think in general, you can see a lot of people from all the different class levels that they speak a very good English,
Yeah.
and we're mainly tourist place, so it's
Oh, yeah,
the
makes
big
sense.
motivation. And I think one of the difference between Costa Rican and other people from other places, it's like we know that our country, it's not everything. Like we have
Okay.
like an amazing country, and I could say like it's one of the most amazing places I ever been. Even
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
I, of
Yeah, yeah.
course, I lived there most of my life, but it's an amazing country.
Hmm.
But still, we know the world is bigger. So Costa Rican people travel when they can. Like
Okay.
it's not it's in our culture, traveling, meeting people and everything. It's not as much like, I don't know, people from the United States, they don't travel in other countries as much, I think, as we do in Costa Rica.
Okay, interesting. But I think maybe because the US is so big, so you can like
Yeah.
travel in the land, and you wouldn't maybe Hawaii is like, and it's still in the US, so maybe I don't know. Good point. Like it. But
And
okay.
also maybe because we're also like super expensive country.
Okay.
So sometimes it's cheaper to spend our vacation somewhere else
Yes,
than spending
maybe
it
okay.
in Costa Rica.
Okay.
But still, like we know that the world is much bigger, and we being like sharing with people from everywhere, like all the time. And
So
we have also a lot of people from everywhere living in Costa Rica, so it's more normal for us to know that the world is bigger than us.
so have you learned other languages in Costa Rica, or because of the fact that you live there with a lot of tourists? I know that you know some Norwegian and German.
Yeah, my German is amazing.
Go ahead, say something in German or in Norwegian, please.
I know. Good morning.
Sorry. It's just so funny that the Spanish German accent. Good morning. Yeah, it's very nice. So let's move on. What's your favorite dish or snack, Costa Rican snack, dish or beverage that you can like recommend and say, wow, this is something that I really like. It's really tasty. It's really good. It's really captured the Costa Rican flavor, I would say.
I think in general, like we have a lot of fruits in Costa Rica that you cannot find anywhere else, or not
Yeah.
in most places, or definitely not in Europe or
Hmm.
anywhere else. Like,
Okay,
and
go ahead.
also when you do find
Share the
this kind of
name. Give me the
fruits,
names.
well, one I think my favorite, it's cas.
Uh huh.
Um, it's like citric something, but it has the texture of guayaba.
Okay, both of them. I don't think that I know what it
Well,
means. It's like it's citric, so I mean it's like a little bit like bitter or sour.
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 Yeah,
Okay.
sour.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh huh. Okay.
And the texture, it's like, I don't know, it's very different. I don't
Go
know how
ahead.
to
So,
explain
tell me other fruits or vegetable or I
it.
don't know.
And then like even like normal fruits like banana, pineapple, and everything, when
Hmm.
I taste them, well, as you know, now I'm living in Barcelona, and sometimes, yeah, I find like the pineapple from Costa Rica and I taste it, and it tastes like poison here.
The Costa Rican
But I,
one, it doesn't taste good.
yeah, they bring it
Oh.
to Europe, and when you get it, like the taste is completely different. I don't know if they just have to put like some things in order to don't get like pesticides or something in the truck, or the way they conserve it. I don't know. It tastes very weird when you're here. So I think what we have there, like it makes every dish very tasty
Okay. There. So,
in
but
general.
is it like something that you, I don't know, go in the streets or go in the I don't know, whatever, and you can find like a coconut tree everywhere, and it's like you can see fruits there, or it's like,
No,
or I'm
it's not
just.
completely like that. Like if you go a little bit far from the city, yes, you can. You
Mhm.
see, actually, we have trees of mangoes everywhere, and we eat the
In the wild, you mean?
mango.
In the wild, just
What?
in the wild, not like.
Not in the wild. Like mango, you can find everywhere, even in the city.
Hmm.
If you go a little bit outside, like to the
No, but I mean,
less
it's not part of
developed.
farms, right? It's not part of farms. It's just open
Yeah, you
in the
can. You're
okay.
driving in the highway and you can
And you can
find the
see it.
mango
Great.
tree
Okay.
or the mamon chino. You can Google it. It's very interesting. It's a family of the lychee, but
Cool.
it's like red and it have like a lot of hair outside, but
Hmm.
then you open it, like it's delicious. I don't
Cool.
know, we have a lot of amazing fruits there.
Uh-huh. Any interesting dish or snack or beverage in that, I mean, maybe related to this fruits, maybe, I don't know, something
I think part
else?
of our culture, like we drink very sugary juice with
Uh-huh.
the meals. Like I don't have that like
The name.
habit, but like we
Uh-huh.
do in general in Costa Rica. Like you always gonna get like your dish with one of these amazing fruits juice,
What's the name?
and you also like I don't know, jugo de mora or jugo de cas, jugo
Is a
de
brand or
piña.
is the brand or is the name of
No,
the
no, they just do homemade.
homemade? Okay, okay,
Well,
cool,
not homemade. Like every restaurant will do like fresh
cool.
juice and stuff, but they will add a lot of sugar in it
Mm,
normally.
got it. Okay,
Um, and then our main dish is like gallo pinto, that it's
okay,
basically rice and beans.
okay.
And we eat normally with that like or plantain, like sweet plantain, like the big one. I don't know if you have it there.
It's like a part of
And
banana, right? It's a
it's like a
banana.
huge banana.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool, cool.
So if you eat it like green, you can do something that it's called patacon, that it's also imagine like a chip of plantain.
Got
It's
it.
salty
Okay,
chip of plantain.
got it. Okay, yeah,
Or
yeah.
you can eat it like sweet, that it's just like a piece of, imagine like a cooked banana, but
Cool.
made from the other one or something like that. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Any snacks? Do you
Snacks.
local snacks
Um,
or maybe?
Local snacks. Well, we have cassava a lot. It's part of our snacks.
Okay.
Cassava chips. I think that would be.
Chips. It's
Uh,
cassava. Oh, cassava is the vegetable.
it's cassava. We call it yuca.
It's like what is
Yuca.
like
It's like it's not a potato. It's something else.
zucchini maybe?
No, it's yuca. It's cassava. I don't know if you have it there.
Okay.
I'm sure you have it there. Look for
Okay. Okay.
cassava on
Yeah,
Google.
sure. Can you give me some basic tips for visiting Costa Rica? I don't know, like 3, 4 tips that if I wanted.
Like you should go enough time to be able to stay in every place at least like 5 days, I think, because
In Costa Rica, you mean?
there's so many things to do in each place. I think even like when you go to the beach, you can get your car and go to all the beaches that they have around, and they're very different.
Okay.
And also there's my favorite place in Costa Rica. It's called La Fortuna.
La Fortuna. Okay. What's
So it
special
has
about that?
a big volcano that it's called Volcán Arenal.
Mm-hmm.
And there are thermal springs that they're amazing there, that it's called Tabacon. And normally you can be in the thermal springs and see the volcano.
Mm-hmm.
Like 10 years ago, it used to be active. So you were able to
Oh,
stay in the thermal springs at night and see all the lava coming down from the volcano, which was like amazing,
that
like
sounds very
really
safe.
amazing.
That sounds very
It was
safe.
safe. It was safe because it was just like slowly coming down and you hear it, and it was like something
What's
from
the
other
coming down? The
universe.
lava? The lava was coming down.
Yeah, so you see all this red thing coming down at night, and it
How
was
is it
like
safe?
amazing because it was far, but it's so big that you can see it from there.
Pura vida, I'm guessing, right?
Exactly, exactly. But it was like amazing. Now the volcano, it's not active, but it's still like looking such a huge volcano in front of you. It's still amazing.
Cool. Okay, so
And
visiting the beaches, visiting this again, I forgot the name. This volcano, whatever. Say the name again. The name of the place.
Volcán Arenal de La Fortuna.
La Fortuna. Okay.
Yeah, because
Fortuna.
you also have there like a lot of forest all over. You have
Mhm.
a lot of animals, so you can take like trips to the forest at night. You will see like different type of frogs and a lot of like things that you see
Frogs.
at night. Yeah, but like
Okay.
beautiful tiny frogs everywhere. Like,
Cool.
and you're gonna also be able to see a lot of birds during the day, and like it's amazing. Like the amount of
Cool.
different animals we have there. It's like really. Also, you can see a lot of snakes if you like them.
Okay, got it. Okay, so you have the beach, you have this place. Anything else that you would recommend there?
Well, you have the beach, you have the Pacific and the Atlantic, which is very
Mhm.
interesting also, because if you go diving, you have two completely different scenarios.
Yeah, just locate ourselves. You're in the center of Central America, right? You're
Yeah,
Your
right,
neighbor of
connecting North and South America. Yeah.
yeah. So your neighbors are Nicaragua and
Panama.
Panama. Panama.
Yeah.
Okay. So and who are your friends there? Panama are friends or
I
both of
think
them?
we don't have any problem with anyone,
Cool. That's the
mostly.
spirit. That's really
Mostly,
sound.
because sometimes we have some problems with Nicaragua,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
not with the people there. It's sometimes the government want to take one of our pieces of land that it's right there in the border or something. But in general, we don't have problems with anyone, and we don't have an
Cool.
army,
Cool,
which
cool.
make us like very like a
Peaceful.
target for all the narco traffic and all these kind of
Oh,
things, because
Target.
like there's like no one can stop anything because it's very corrupted, and we don't have enough people to stop anything. So a lot of things that go from south to the north, it goes through Costa Rica, you know.
Got it. So what's the okay? So you basically said what's the effect of this this lack of army, but how does it affect the I don't know the daily life? I mean, are people are less, for example, I'm guessing if you don't have army, so people doesn't say, "Hey, let's attack Nicaragua," or "Let's do this," or "Let's go to Iraq," or whatever. I mean, does it make people less militant, or the
We're
otherwise?
not confrontive at all, but well, Panama doesn't have army either.
Really?
And I think in general, like in Latin America, we are not as confrontive because we are not living in a war
Okay.
ever. Like you go to Mexico, they do have military and everything. People is very relaxed also there. You go
Hmm.
to Guatemala, it's the same. They do have military and stuff.
Got it.
Even you go to Colombia, well, they've been to a lot of other problems, so they
Yeah, yeah,
can be
yeah.
a little more paranoid when they are in the street or driving that no one is following or whatever. Nowadays it's not as that anymore, but I don't think we have any of that. But we have a lot of robberies, and like if you go to Costa Rica, one of the first things you will see, it's like we have the gate for the car, we have another gate, and then another gate to get in the
Okay.
house, so it's more like a jail.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's
Okay.
something that it shocked a lot of people because we
It seems
have a
such a
lot of, how
peaceful.
you call it, this alambre de púas, you know, the thing you put in the border
Okay.
from
Mhm.
that it has like peaks, and it's a metal thing, like it goes
If
like
you want to
that.
enter, if you want to enter Costa Rica by land, this is what you see.
If you go to any house, you will see in every house they have or electric things in top
Wow.
of their walls, or this kind of alambre de púas, that's what we
So
call,
what is
or
that? You're from San Jose, right?
yeah,
Which is the capital city of Costa Rica. And
yeah.
this is like more I don't know how to say common in the city area or also outside the city.
It's
This thing.
mostly everywhere, and I think it's
Really?
been like since I remember, like it's been always like this, and we haven't. I don't think we notice it anymore that much, but every time someone comes, it's like, oh, it's Costa Rica safe or anything, because they see all
Mm,
these houses like this, and it's kind of
got it.
shocking for them.
So
But
it's
yes, we
base.
have a lot of robbery inside house and stuff. So
Got it. So you don't have army, but you still have like a domestic violence problem, I would say, or robbery,
yeah, we still
or
have
maybe.
police. That would
Yeah,
be our
sure,
army,
sure.
but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you said that in general, this place is more peaceful and relaxing. So it's just maybe the lack of army is just adding to this way of life, maybe. It's not.
I don't
It's like
think it's the lack of farming. I think it's the lack of rules. Because in a
lack of
place that
rules.
it's allowed to do robbery without consequences, people will do it. And we
So
were also,
how would you what kind of tip will you give someone who try to who want to visit Costa Rica or even like immigrate there? What would you like in what kind of tips will you equip them? I mean, why what should I stay out of, or how can I don't know, take care of myself there?
I think like if any other place, like you just don't get exposed. But it's something like it's easy to say, but
Yeah,
once you
sure.
live there and once you live somewhere else, you can see the difference. For example, as I told you also, I was living in France last year and I was
Hmm.
living close to lake.
Hmm.
And people were just leaving their stuff there and going to the lake, and that's it.
Yeah,
And I was like, but who's taking care of the stuff? And
yeah,
they're
yeah,
like
sure.
nowhere, like,
Hmm.
you know. And I'm like, what do you mean nowhere? And
Hmm.
even when I was there living, like no one was taking care of her stuff and I was inside the lake, I was a little
Yeah.
bit paranoid because it's something like for me, it's already
So,
inside
so
my
it's
brain, you
it's
know?
something that wouldn't happen in Costa Rica. You wouldn't leave your stuff when you go to the
You
beach.
can't even leave your shoes.
You
like
can't really.
yeah, like you cannot leave anything, but we were leaving our
So
phones, we
rubber.
were leaving our wallets, we were leaving everything there and nothing happened. And
Yeah.
in Costa Rica, like it's impossible. Like if you're going to the beach, someone is
Yeah.
taking care of the stuff.
Got it. Okay.
Like you
Interesting.
cannot everyone go to the sea and these kind of things. And when you're walking in the street, like you're not used to use your phone like just like that when you're
Yeah. Yeah.
walking and stuff. No, you try to be more aware, try to get like your bag next to you.
So the
For me,
peaceful
I've never been
atmosphere.
assaulted, but it can happen, you know.
So the peaceful atmosphere or the peaceful view that you have about Costa Rica is not really the peaceful in a daily day life. I mean, robbery is a big problem there. Crimes is also a problem, and it's not that safe, I would say. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Like as I said, like Costa Rica, we're very pura vida.
Pura
So we
vida.
will
Okay.
always compare ourselves to the ones that are worse. So yes, we will say, yeah, at least you don't get killed, you know,
Got
like
it.
in
Okay. So
Guatemala, like in Mexico, like in whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that
Hmm.
doesn't mean it's good, you know, like just
Yeah.
because there are other people that have it much worse, that doesn't mean you're right.
Mm, okay. Let's move on. Do you have a favorite local music or movie or show or some, I don't know, like cultural product that you like there?
Well, we have
Or
a
item?
great comedian that it's Hernan Jimenez,
Okay.
that it's a very good Costa Rican comedian.
Can you tell me
And
like joke of him? Some joke that you,
no,
no.
no.
Okay. So, so move on. Okay. So what else? Like what kind of music? Maybe dance. I don't know. Maybe some kind of dance that you like there?
Um, dance, we have folkloric dances,
Mm-hmm.
but yes, I cannot dance for you either.
No, because it's an audio format. So let's, I don't know, like
Yeah, yeah.
maybe um and music maybe. I don't know, think that you like
We
there.
have a great group that it's called Mal País. So it's
Uh-huh.
also it's very famous.
Band.
Mal País.
Okay, okay.
It's
Cool.
very nice
uh
music. And
do you have a favorite local sound, something that really like sounds like Costa Rica for you?
I don't know. I don't know if I have a
Coconuts,
favorite.
plantain falling on the ground, I don't know, some.
Coconuts falling on your face. No, it's very funny because when every time I go to the beach, like I can like hear the birds,
Mhm.
and I can
Oh,
tell you if that's a parrot or it's a. I don't know. It's like kind
oh,
of
so it's
nice
part,
because it's a different sound.
so it's part of your culture to recognize like some kind of birds? Is it something that you learn at school
I
or
don't think it's
you
part of the
travel?
culture, but it's something like you know, because they have
Cool,
specific sound and you have so many different that you're getting like aware of it. Like you have so many
cool,
different
cool,
kind of
cool.
birds, you know. So sometimes like, oh, you see and you hear them and then you see to the sky and then you can see them flying, which is beautiful.
Cool, cool, cool. Can you tell me, or what is your favorite weird or interesting custom in your country? Something that you do, or know or notice that happen in Costa Rica and you like, or is very interesting, as worth sharing with people who don't live there.
We have something I can't remember the name, but
Uh-huh.
it's like mascaradas,
Hmm.
and they get like big heads of stuff and they're just the body of the guy who's wearing that huge mask. It's like something they put in the head, but they're like this size. Like
Okay,
it's
okay, like
sometimes it's the
big
face
hats.
of a president or face of something, which is like very folkloric tradition. And
So when you would you wear this hat, or when will you see that
sometimes
happening?
they hire them for activities and stuff. Like,
Okay,
you know, some places have these people walking with the big things and they look super
like
tall
parades,
kind of thing.
parades,
Oh, I don't know.
maybe parade, or people who like walk in
Yeah,
the,
not
okay,
like a parade or just like people there just to make fun.
carnival, maybe.
Sometimes they hire them like in the mall, you know, and they are
Oh,
around.
got
They're
it.
kind of
Okay,
like,
okay.
it's
So
kind
that's
of creepy faces and kind of
okay.
scary, but they're kind of like fun also. And
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's part of
So
the
it's
thing.
not in a specific event or specific holiday. Just happen whatever. Just a cost like
I
something.
think there's one specific day, but I can't remember when was
Okay,
it
got it,
that
got
they
it.
do it. But also, if you have activities, you can hire them, and also
Cool.
like just to,
Anything else that happened in Costa Rica that you like that you want to share? Or
I don't know.
okay. Do you have a favorite local smell?
Well, I don't know if I told you.
Uh huh.
It's funny because I read it in your questions that I don't have sense of smell since ever.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's a very
Yeah,
problematic question in that sense. So, okay,
exactly.
yeah, so maybe I should think about that to ask some people
So
who
I
doesn't
cannot
smell.
tell you. It's
Yeah, yeah,
like
sure.
asking someone, one, what's your favorite color?
Yes, and yeah, yeah,
So,
sure. Okay, interesting. Good point. I have to say in that sense. Really, what is your favorite words, Costa Rican words, or it's Spanish? I know, but you know something that you that you use locally, words or idioms in Costa Rican Spanish. Is it the thing Costa Rican
we
Spanish or
use a lot of like KI.
que
It's
hay?
a little bit like what's up,
Que
KI.
hay? Que hay? Okay,
Yeah, it's like
cool,
KI de nuevo.
cool.
What's new or
Okay,
KI.
and
The pura vida. It's very nice
pura vida.
because it really explains the way we are.
Cool, cool.
We call like dude. We say mae.
Bye. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, but it
Mhm.
applies to girls, guys, anything
Oh,
like
so everyone. Okay. My.
yeah.
Okay. It's like
And another
bro.
thing
It's
that
like a
it's
bro.
very funny. What?
It's like a bro my. Achi in Hebrew,
With
maybe.
yeah, like
Okay.
aji,
Okay.
my
Cool. Cool.
yeah,
My.
something
Okay.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Go ahead. Hmm.
Another thing I think it's very funny. It's like we have nicknames for everyone.
Yeah.
And something we've seen like a lot. I think we were talking about this the other day, or I'm not sure.
Tika. Like
Um,
tika. Tico. Ticos.
like in Europe in general, because of their history,
Hmm.
you cannot say this black person, this Chinese person, this Jewish person.
I think that even now you couldn't say that.
Well, in Costa Rica, like everybody have a nickname, and if you have a Chinese mate in the classroom, he will be Chino, and with
Really?
no like it's not coming with a bad sense of anything. Like it's not racist. It's not anything.
And how
Or
would you
if you
call
have a black, you
Jewish?
call it negra veni, come negra, and it's not something bad. And I've been called Jewish, like a la judía, and it's not something bad. You don't
Wait,
take
wait,
it
wait, wait,
personally.
wait, 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 wait. That's something that I would really need to understand. So you called like Chinese people Chino as a nickname, and it's okay.
Yeah,
And you
it's
call
okay. You're playing soccer, and you say chino veni. Like it's very common. Like
you can
and
you said well,
nothing. Take it.
I think that I lost it. You said negro, right?
Yeah, negra, negro. Like
For a black
it's normal.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard about the politically correct, or it's still haven't?
For us, it's
Okay.
okay. Like we
Okay.
we don't have stigmas for this kind of things. And in Costa Rica, we're a very multicultural place. So
And for Jewish, what was the nickname for Jewish?
yeah, judía, whatever. Like it
Judira. What is
doesn't
Judira?
judía,
What does it
judío,
mean?
judía, or
Is it, what does it mean? What's this
Jewish.
literally?
It's just Jewish in
Okay.
Spanish.
Okay. I
So
didn't know that.
we don't have all these like racist stigmas around it, and for us, it's like very normal.
Yeah.
The
Because we don't have the
like you
past. Because we don't have the past, like the racist past, for example, like in the U.S. or like in Europe.
not the
So you.
past, but also we don't have a. There's nothing wrong about it, because we have a lot of people from
Other,
everywhere.
yeah.
If you're
Okay.
Venezuelan and you come to Costa Rica, you will
Yeah.
be the chamo. If you're the Colombian, we'll be parce, and
Okay.
we will call you like any nickname. And we also have a lot of people that I don't know, like
How would you call someone
uh,
from Guatemala? You told this. People from Guatemala or Nicaragua. What's the nickname for them? Do you remember?
Nicaragua. There are Nicas.
Okay, Nicas. And Panama, or maybe Panama, or Panama, or Guatemalans, or You don't have the
Well,
specific.
now I'm getting confused with everything. I don't remember
Okay, so yeah, so
anything.
this okay, so that's super
Yeah.
interesting, I have to say, and a little bit like shocking, I would say, that you still like use this in a very
Yeah, but
free
I think
way.
it's something nice because if like when I was living in France, one of the roommates I had, like not the roommate, like the owner of the apartment that was
Yeah.
like close to my age,
Hmm.
he once told me like, yeah, explain me a little bit about Judaism and everything because he
Hmm.
was never able to ask anyone
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there are kind of things that you cannot talk
Hmm.
because they're not appropriate, but
Yeah,
at the
yeah, yeah,
same
yeah.
time, like
Hmm.
you're scared about what you don't know.
Okay, got it.
So if you put all this barrier that you need to be very proper to
Yeah, yeah,
what you
yeah.
say and you need to be very careful, you
Got it.
push people away.
Okay.
But if you don't put like being black, it's not a problem. Venga
Yeah, yeah.
negro, like yo soy el blanco, you're the negro. Like who cares? Like we don't see it like in a wrong way, you know?
Oh, actually, it's an interesting point, I have to say, in a larger perspective. But yeah, maybe because we're in that place that we're sensitive about that. I have to say that also in Israel, it's only in the recent years that we become more sensitive about that. You know, less using this,
Yeah.
I would say, derogatory terms or even slurs. But I don't. I know that it's to say slurs. It doesn't. You wouldn't like
But
take
I
it as.
guess it's like a statement, like yes, you're this, I'm that, you're whatever, you come from this, your family
Yeah,
come
yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
that. Like sometimes I'm La Polaca also, like because my grandparents and
Polish.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
Polish, Polaka.
La
Okay,
Polaca,
nice,
yeah.
great. Okay, so I
And
get it.
actually the Jewish people there are also called a lot like Polacos because when they arrived from Poland, they were knocking through doors like to sell stuff and selling
Okay.
things. So they had like this methodology of selling things, or yeah, you pay me when you can, and they pay in 10 times, or like I don't, not 10 times more, like they split the amount they have to pay.
Are you saying
So
something
they call
very?
it like abono polaco, like they can pay it in different parts or financing what they're buying and this kind of things. And it's a very Polish thing that it came with our grandparents when they arrived from Poland to sell all this whatever they can to survive.
Okay, let's. Okay, that's a great point to maybe talk about like the Jewish community in Costa Rica. What can you tell me? I don't know. Do you have like a specific customs there? You have like because it seems very small, right? Very specific, I would say, Costa Rica community. I don't know. What can you share about this community? Is it like
I think
divided? Is it
mostly in general we are very part
united?
of the secular society. Also, we are already
Okay.
very inside the normal society. Of
Uh huh.
course, we have some people that it's religious that you can see them walking on Shabbat and whatever, but
Hmm.
it's not the majority.
Okay.
And even those, like we all have jobs, we all have like we are part of the normal Costa Rican. Like we've been born there, our parents were born there, so we're basically part of it also.
Of Costa Rica, you mean?
Yeah.
And do you have, for example, I don't know, like Jewish restaurants, kosher places, or it's not that a big deal there, or you just, you know?
Yeah, we have like a small kosher restaurant.
Oh,
Like
but
it's more like a kosher deli.
uh-huh.
And we have a couple of kosher supermarkets, and also the big supermarkets, they sell some of the kosher things.
And what about Hebrew stuff or connection to Israel? Do you have anything like that, or it's not again, not?
Yes, we have a Hebrew school. We are a Zionist
Mhm.
community.
So can you say
Um,
something in Hebrew, for example,
yeah,
for the Ken? Ma?
can better.
Great. Okay. So we have this. Cool. So this like so you still have like some like a Jewish identity there, and it's like okay there, right? You can like express your Judaism or speak in Hebrew openly or whatever, celebrate like Jewish holidays and no problems and pura vida, right? And it's okay.
Exactly.
Cool. Actually, it sounds a very great place. I have to say, even with the thing with the crimes and robbery, it still seems like in my perspective, like heaven or earth. I have to say, it seems
Yeah, I
very
think it's a beautiful country. Like it's a really paradise. I can
cool.
say that.
Cool. Okay, so let's from this heaven, let's move to the next question, which is, what is your favorite curse words in
Oh,
Spanish slash Costa Rica? Costa Rican. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think we do that
Oh,
much. No, like what we can say, like mierda, like shit.
okay.
I think that
But
that would
it's
be
not specific.
the.
It's very common in Spanish, right? It's not something right. It's
It's
not.
like you were walking and your little finger of your feet was like
And
against a couch or a
what
wall.
what?
Your pinky of your feet, like it was punched a wall or
Oh,
something, and
and
you
then
were
you say
saying
mierda.
mierda, like
Got it, got it, got
puta.
it. Okay, now you're getting it. Now,
It's this
mierda
kind of
and
things.
puta is a little bit different, but you have what was it? Yeah, okay. Anything else? I mean, like maybe like a longer curses that someone is doing, and you say, "Go, do this and
Yeah.
that." You know, do you
No,
have?
I don't think we have that
You
like
don't have
that
it.
much
Do you have something in
funny
the Jewish
cursing.
community that is like Spanish, but only for like Jewish curses or words that you say? I don't know, during holidays, maybe during Jewish
No, no,
holidays.
I don't think I have any sentence of cursing.
Got it, got it. Okay, so can you tell me a local joke or a tale that is specifically for Costa Rican? Tale, I don't know, like a story that says that captures the Costa Rican whatever spirit or whatever.
Like we have a lot of them. I don't know them like to count to tell you this, like to
So
tell them.
give me like the sense of it, you know,
I can
the
give you
gist of
like
it.
we have one like we call it leyenda.
Uh-huh.
That is this kind of stories that you don't know if they're true or not.
Okay.
It's about this girl that she used to wash their clothes in the river,
Okay. Cool.
and something happened that the baby she was carrying, like the river just took it or like something like that. It fall or something in the river, and like when you go to this river at night, you can hear the Llorona crying, like the mom of the
Wow.
baby just crying for the baby.
That's such a scary story, I have to say.
Yeah.
It's not a little bit like the Moses on the river of the Nile, right? A little bit. You know that he was like carrying on the river, but it's a have like a
Yeah,
very
it's possible it comes from there, or I don't know.
no, but it doesn't have like a happy ending. The baby is still there in the woods. What happened? I think that it's
Well,
okay. That's
nothing, and apparently you can still hear. And there's another one of
mhm,
this other girl. Like
mhm,
it's there's another legenda that when you're driving at night,
mhm.
you can like if it's very dark and if whatever, like you can see her and you have her like it's like this kind of bus driver kind of like story.
Okay. That like you can see the
That yeah, I
spirit, you
saw
mean?
her.
This
Like
ghost.
it's
Like a ghost.
that you see you're driving at night and then you see a girl and then you stop and then it disappear and then it appears somewhere else. These kind of things we have a lot of leyendas.
Like a ghost, right? When you see on the road.
Yeah.
You mean? Okay. By the way, what's the name of the river? Of
Of the what?
the river when the baby is like carried out
Oh,
the river.
I don't remember.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
have
so
to do
but
some.
we should maybe, you know, well, we should know what's the name of the river in
And
case.
there's another one like this guy that it goes with the horse, but something happened to him and you can see him and he's without his head.
This horrible stories you have there. It's not.
Yeah. We
I thought
have a
that
lot of
something
these
happened.
kind of things.
Something
It's
happier. I
very
thought.
folkloric stories of the countries. Yeah,
So it's
it's kind
something
of weird,
that
right?
you it's like something that you play that you tell like around like a bushfire or something like that when you have like a campfire or something. So you will tell it or just in general in like
I think in general at school we learned some of
really
them.
you have this urban legend. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Very educational stuff, I would say.
exactly. Now I'm thinking about it.
Do you have a favorite local figure there? Costa Rican favorite local figure? I have to say that I have, but I will give you first your reaction to this, your answer to this question.
I don't know if I have like a politic figure that I admire and stuff, but in
It can be
music, I can
artist.
say
Mhm.
in music we have the Filarmónica Nacional de Costa Rica,
Okay.
which is directed by Marvin Araya, and he's amazing. Like he did all these like modern kind of things, and they're making concerts like from
Cool.
the Beatles, from ABBA, and so you have the whole Philharmonic, and then you have people singing and the energy of this kind of thing. So it's something I
Nice.
would recommend. Like if someone is going to go one of these concerts, because it's completely worth it. Like It's very
Cool.
well prepared, like the
So like the head of the
music and
Philharmony,
the
you like
lights and
the head of the Philharmony. That's your favorite figure.
I think it's something like I really admire from Costa Rica, because
Cool,
it's
cool.
something like I am very proud of it as a Costa Rican. And I would say to someone, like, if they go to Costa Rica, it's like you go to New York, you need to go to Broadway. If
Yeah.
you go to Costa Rica, you need to go to the Philharmonica, because it's
Cool.
amazing.
That's very nice, thing to hear about that, because you don't think about like Philharmonic when you think about Costa Rica, right? It's not like the first thing
Yeah,
that you think.
exactly. It's
So
something like mostly local people know, but like
cool.
it's really amazing, and they do like amazing like shows and everything, and it's really worth it.
Cool, cool, cool. I have to say that I have a local Costa Rican figure, which is the Don Pepe, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Pepe
Right.
Figueres, yeah, who's the
Your
one who took off the army.
Yeah, he took off the army. He moved. He took the money from the military and moved it to social project and to for education. And
Exactly.
he's
Yeah.
like a very, I don't know. I read about him, and he's like a very, I would say, make like major things there. And I think that he's in a way, for me, I don't know. I would really like to hear your feedback about that. He really like formed the modern Costa Rican, right? Because before that, you were a little bit, I would say, you had wars, of course, and you were
Yeah.
less chill, I would say, and less relaxed. And he basically created the new uh, Costa Rica. And it's funny
Yeah.
because he abolished the army in 48, which is the time that Israel was established,
Yeah.
and we just
Yeah.
started to have our wars basically when you end them. So it's a little bit like
Yeah.
symbolic for me. I don't know. It seems like a very inspirational character, I had to say.
Yeah, I think
Really,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
it is.
I don't know.
Also, like his son,
Mhm.
it's also always in politics and stuff, but he
Got it.
was a super corrupted president.
Oh, uh,
So it's
who?
very
Don
ironic.
Pepe? Don Pepe was
No,
corrupted?
his son, his
Oh,
son.
his son. Okay,
Yeah,
what can you do about that? So
yeah.
yeah, it's a
But
shame, but
yeah,
it's a
Pepe
shame.
Figueres, the father, was like amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So he's
of
like
course.
your like founding father of like the founder of Costa
Yeah,
Rica, right? He's like our Ben
yeah,
Gurion, I would say. So yeah, so I don't know. I read about him, and he's like very inspirational and influential. Again, from my perspective, do you have an interesting holiday or day that you want to mention there? I don't know, a specific day, interesting day,
my birthday.
holiday.
No, I'm kidding.
Say again. Say again.
My birthday. No,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
kidding.
all Costa Ricans celebrate
I,
this.
no, no,
It's,
I,
by the way, it's a
exactly.
great question. I have to say that it's a
Actually,
great
no one
question.
celebrated
It's a
because
great
it's
answer. Great answer. I have to say. Sorry, it's a great answer. Yeah,
I
my
don't know.
birthday.
Like
It's a special
one of
day.
the big ones, it's Independence Day.
Ah, okay. What
Uh,
anything special going there in Independence Day?
Normally we have like something that we put, like we made like houses,
Mhm.
and we put lights, and the kids have the free day, but they have to go to the streets with these kind of things, which is cool. And they do music and stuff, like they don't have classes, but they participate in these like parades,
Cool. So what
independence
again?
parade.
What's they holding? What's is this thing that they holding? Is like
It's
a
like a
flag?
lighting, I
Oh,
don't know, like a lamp, paper
okay.
lamp or something,
Oh, so they
that they
okay.
do
Cool.
with the House of Costa Rica, or some typical things, and they're all lamps, and the kids go there with these kind of things, walking
Cool,
around,
cool,
and
cool.
they,
When is it? When is your Independence Day?
it's the 15th of September.
Okay. I also read that in 1st of December you are celebrating the abolishing of the army. It's like something new, right?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
recently, so it's like so different culture that you celebrate it. By the way, how do you celebrate it? I'm guessing without like any military parade.
I don't think we really
Nobody
celebrate
shoots.
it
Nobody
anymore. Like
shoots in the air. Oh,
posting and Facebook, like we abolished the army
that's
a
it.
few years ago. Like,
Yeah, you don't have like a military parade to celebrate it, right? No like tanks in
no,
the street, no nothing,
no,
no like
no, we don't. No.
airplane of the Air Force, nothing. Okay, got it. Cool. Any other day that you like, or weeks, or events that are important or worth mentioning?
I don't know. I think it depends. It depends on what you like. You will find a little bit of everything that you can find there, even if it's a small country. Like
Hmm.
even if you don't have like hundreds of options of everything, you will have a little bit of everything.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know what else I can add.
Okay. Actually, that's when you answer, but I wonder if you want to expand on this. What is your favorite places in Costa Rica? Well, you said about the volcano place, right? And I
Yeah, I can
wonder.
tell you what you can do in the volcano place because it's amazing. Like in this kind of place, you have waterfalls, you have the hot springs.
Okay.
Also, if you have more adventure, you can do rafting, you can do canopy.
Cool.
And there are like this place that it's called Cueva Venado, that it's like caves that they are like very interesting things inside. And then like what I said before, like you can go at night in the forest or during the day to see the different animals that you can see or night or day.
Hmm.
Then also there is the place that you have a famous like for kite surfing.
Hmm. Hmm.
And what else you have
Is
around
it like
there?
part of your culture, but to do this hiking, to go to the forest, or it's some more for vacational, or is that something that you go for the weekend and do it? I mean, it's like something that you're more again part of it, like your leisure time, or just on specific event that you will go to the forest or do rafting or
I
do
think
something.
we in general we travel a lot. Like if we have a big weekend, we go or to the beach or to this place or to the
Cool.
other. Like I think inside Costa Rica we also have a lot of national tourism. Like we're
Oh,
used to
yeah.
have these road trips even for the weekend or with the families or just going to the mountain to eat on a Sunday and even coming back. And we do a lot of that. It's part of but it's very different. Like for example, if my family will tell me, okay, we're going to the mountain.
Hmm.
I know we're taking the car, we
Hmm.
go to a restaurant, we eat there, we come back.
Hmm.
If a French person tell you, let's go to the mountain,
Yeah.
you need to understand that you're not going by car. That you're gonna get to some place by car, then you're
Oh,
gonna
and then you're
walk
gonna hike.
4 hours,
Yeah, then you're
going
gonna hike.
uphill,
Yeah,
really
sure.
hiking
Sure,
the
sure.
mountain,
Yeah, sure.
really having a picnic, and then you're gonna come back.
So you're more chill about this. You're like your hiking is more like about the driving, I would say. You're more chill. You're
Yeah,
not
we
really.
love driving, road trip,
Yes,
this kind of things. Go
this
there,
kind of
have the
thing.
meal, get
Got
the
it.
coffee. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Let's. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Of course, you have people that hikes. Of course, you have people that this, but
But
in
they're the
general, like
minority. They're the minority. They're the loco.
I
The
think like
locos.
when someone tell you, hey,
The
let's go to the
locoticos.
mountain, it's more like an official way to just like, hey, let's just have a road trip, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean like you're really gonna hike the mountain. Like it's not
Got
gonna
it.
happen.
Got it. Okay. Actually, also this one you answer, but I wonder again if you want to like give me like more specific answer. What do you like about Costa Rica? What is your favorite things about that place?
I think the nature, like also being able, like, okay, I live in the city, but in 1 hour I'm at the beach.
Go. Cool.
If
What about the
I
people there? How's the people?
the
How's the
people
Costa Rican?
actually is very nice. Costa
Hmm.
Rican people, they're very warm people. Like don't be shocked like if you just met someone and like they know you're from outside and they'll tell you like, oh, next time you're here, like let me know, you can stay at my place, like
Really,
this
this
kind
is
of people.
this is really happening with stranger also.
Like not if you just met in the street, but if you could like see share conversation and whatever, and maybe like, yeah, next time, like it's common. Like I wouldn't
Cool.
wouldn't say everyone is doing that all the time,
Yeah,
but
sure.
like it depending on where also you met them, like it could be also sketchy. But
Yes.
yes, people,
No, I heard
people
actually I
is
heard it.
very nice.
I heard it from other places in Latin America. Very warm, very hospitality, like really, really warm people who likes to make you feel at home when you go there.
Yeah.
So it's very
And also, I
nice.
think a big difference between us and people from Europe in general, though, like even Israel. Israel have a European culture. Like
A little bit, yeah.
you used to live a lot outside your house.
Yeah.
We make our lives inside our house. Normally, we have drinks and stuff, and we
Mhm.
invite our friends over to drink this or that. Like we have a lot of culture of hosting people for
Got it.
meals, for drinks, for stuff. Like it's
Hmm.
super common, and it's
Yeah.
as informal, like, oh, I'm close to your house, can I go there?
Cool.
No planning, not anything. Like I cannot imagine like just popping up in an Israeli guy, just say, I'm here around here, like, oh fuck, I don't have
Uh,
anything ready, it's
uh,
maybe it's not as common.
Israelis are, I think that we're less European. I don't think that we're
Yeah.
that Costa Rican in that sense, but we're not really planning ahead, I would say.
Okay, that's
We
good.
It's very Israeli to pop out at someone's house or to do, we're not. I mean, I think that because we're very mixed culture or mixed
Yeah.
nation, so we have this part like the European side and the Middle Eastern side, but I think that we're moving much faster towards the Middle Eastern side. I have to say, I think that we're much more like that. In that sense, we're not really like standing. We're not really keeping orders. We're not like following the rules, not standing in
Yeah.
lines. But in the other hand, I think that this is like something that maybe differentiate us from other places, that we're really taking things serious when it's emergency. For example, world pandemic. So everyone is
Yeah.
just jumping on the vaccines and just taking it like in a couple of weeks. So,
That's good.
so I think that in that sense, we're a little bit different. What would you
I
like
think
to? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sure.
another thing that I didn't mention before, but another thing that is very typical of us, like there is like if you say, okay, come to my place at 2,
Mm-hmm.
it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5,
So, like,
and you don't
great.
arrive, because we have like the time, and then it's like this ticket time. And for me, like it gets me crazy because I'm
Yeah,
very punctual.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if you invite me to a wedding at 8, I'm gonna be there at 8. And
Okay,
normally they'll start at 10.
so it's
Like
so it sounds a little bit Israeli, but it sounds like extreme Israeli, to not be on time,
yeah,
because
sometimes
we,
it's too much, or sometimes it's
yeah,
like, yeah, I'm really gonna go, and then they never showed.
okay,
And it's actually very mean because sometimes
yeah.
like, and actually I have done it and I didn't realize it, how bad is it,
Yeah, it's
because I
bad. It's
was
bad.
maybe not conscious, but like when you invite someone to a wedding, you're counting them and you're paying for your plate.
Yeah, 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 sure, sure. It's
So
not very
sometimes
polite.
they do confirm and they just don't show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
And
pretty
it's
bad, I
very
would say.
common there, like it's super common, and it's like
Mm,
you should take it more into consideration that someone is
sure.
cooking or someone is this or someone, like we're just like clueless of a lot of things, we're just not conscious about this kind of things. So
And again, I have to mention this. This is like a super generalization about Costa Rican and about Jews and about Israelis and about whatever. It's just like your personal perspective. Let's put it in context with that sense, right? Because there are probably like a lot of Costa Ricans that are very like punctual, and coming
no,
on
I
time.
think in general it's not like it's
Don't
called like
say it,
eco
Vanny.
time.
You need to be a little bit like politically correct in that
No,
sense.
it's the part of the, because we're very relaxed with this kind of things, like we're not
No,
following
no, but
protocols
still,
and
it's your
stuff.
perspective. Let's put it in context. It's your perspective and it's my perspective. So just let's put it in that context. This is like the disclaimer, that we have
Okay,
to
okay,
say.
do that.
So, what do you want to change? What would you like to change in your country, in Costa Rica? Again, you
Well, the
mentioned some of the
corruption.
like corruption. What else? I mean, maybe about something in your
Basically that, I think that's
the
one of
corruption.
our main problems in general.
Mhm.
Without that,
You pretty
yeah, without
okay.
that, you
The
you
sky's the
just
limit.
get it. Yeah.
Okay. And where do you see, for the last question, where do you see, what's the future of Costa Rica in your eyes? Where do you see this country, this amazing, I don't know, like, I never been to Costa Rica, but it seems such a beautiful place. So where do you see the future? Or what do you see?
Well, sadly, I maybe I shouldn't answer
Go ahead. No, no, no,
because
no. Yeah, it's not just a happy question. I really want a genuine answer.
if we keep going like this, it's not going to be a nice future for us. It's
Really.
already going very bad and going very down, and nothing, it's
In what
stopping it.
sense?
So
In what sense? In like, you mean the corruption or violence or what? In what
when
sense?
corruption is that big that you steal more money than the country can get, and
Got it.
then you want to put more taxes, and
Got it.
people that are working, they are not able to pay,
Mm.
and the cost of living in Costa Rica, it's crazy expensive, and at some point, like there, the unemployment, it's also growing, and a lot of things, when you have that, like you're gonna have more robbery and more this kind of thing, like everything goes to shit.
Can you give me like example of like, I don't know, maybe like a corruption that you experienced or you heard about that is like very, I don't know, something that really annoyed you or disturbed you that you can
Everything, it's
share?
corrupted, even
Give me
like
like example.
taking
I don't know. Give me.
your car driving
Go ahead.
license, it's
Yeah,
corrupted. Like
sure.
if you probably, if you don't pay, if you pay there, you have more chances to get it, or if not, it's gonna be very hard. Like
Pay what? Like
um
bribery, you mean?
Yeah.
So
For
if you just
license, it's very common to get appointments to this or that. Like, well, you can see it everywhere, even here in Spain. But
wait a second, if you want to like renew your driver license, so if you
no,
go,
not to renew it, just to take it first time.
so if you want to do it, what do you mean? Okay, so you go to this DMV, right? And you want, I don't know, have these exams, whatever, and then what? They wouldn't give you like the license, even if you have everything like by the book?
Sometimes they will just tell you that you failed for something that it's like nonsense, just so you offer money to them.
Really? And
This
it's
kind
like
of,
common to offer money to get your driver license.
yeah.
Really? Wow, this is super disturbing, I have to say.
Yeah, and for a lot of things, it's like that. Like right now with the pandemic, they start, for example, they put, okay, you need to be back home at 5.
Okay.
So police officers that start like stopping every single car
Hmm.
from 2 p.m.
Hmm.
So of course, but by 5, no car will be back, because they're
Okay.
stopping. All the cars are coming from the beach, and they're not
Hmm.
letting them at least finish their track to
Yeah, yeah, sure,
the
sure.
way back home.
Hmm.
And every time they stop them, they have to pay a fine of, I don't know, $300, four
Yeah,
hundred
yeah, yeah.
dollars for people that haven't produced anything for the whole fucking year, and like,
Yeah, sure. Huh.
and they're just trying to go back home. It's not like here, like, yeah, you need to be home at certain time,
Yeah.
but if you're not, but you're on your way, it's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
they
not stopping you.
understand.
Got it.
It's just
Okay.
part of the corruption of like
Got it.
abusive of power and this kind of
And
things
then
that is
and
like
then
out of control.
and then if you bribe this cop, you will get safe at home? That's what you mean basically, or?
And not necessarily you can bribe them, but already like when you're paying the fine, I think they're getting a percentage or something.
Okay, so that's a little bit like that's not an example of corruption, I would say. That's
No, no,
it
in this
sounds.
case, like in this case, but like what they're doing is like they're making you hard to go home in order so you cannot making in order to put your fine.
Okay, I would be use a little bit like lighter term than corruption in that sense. Maybe just mean behavior, I would say, maybe, or whatever.
It's like, okay, you have your car parked in a
Yeah,
place
yeah,
that you can be just there 1 hour.
yeah. And then
When
they,
you're already there 40 minutes,
yeah,
I will pinch your wheel,
got, okay.
and then
Anyway,
I'm gonna come back
and
when you
give you
already
the
have one
fine.
hour and 1 minute in order to get your fine. These kind of things. Yeah, it's not
Okay.
completely corrupter, but like you're making them to
You make
like
it harder. You make it harder for people to to follow the rules, I would say. Yeah, that's what you mean by
like
this.
you're in a Sunday, you have hundreds of cars that
Yeah,
went to the beach
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
New Year's, hundreds of them.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like, and then like you start stopping cars from midday so you can like make the process to go back home
Got it.
like more slow. Like
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah,
normally you would
yeah,
take
yeah,
in
yeah.
1 hour together, you will take 4. So how can you calculate the time to go
Yeah,
back
yeah,
home
yeah.
at one
You
time?
make it harder for people to follow the rules. I get it. I mean, yeah, I get it. Anyway, so how can I greet? I mean, in that
And
very
of course it's corruption. Like if you do hundreds of fines, where do you think the
yeah,
money
yeah, I
goes?
get what you mean. It's like I would call it maybe like a gray corruption in a way, I would say.
It's a planned corruption. It's worse because it's like
You really
legal
like to use
corruption.
this really like okay, let's okay, that's first of all, thanks for sharing this example. So how can I greet you first of all, and thanks a lot for participating in this podcast. It was very kind of you to learn more about like Costa Rica and about your experience from Costa Rica and your words that you share, and how can I and customs and whatever and things that you share. How can I greet you in a Costa Rican, whatever, in a Costa Rica way, Costa Rican way? Greet you goodbye, I would say.
Yeah, I think ciao pura vida.
Ciao, pura vida. What does it mean?
Ciao. If you did pura vida, you sound like Italian. So
Ciao, ciao. So what does it mean? What does pura vida mean?
pura vida again, it's the
Oh,
same
pura
as the
vida. Oh,
first.
pura vida. You just said it very fast. Okay, so ciao, pura vida. Pura vida.
Ciao. Nos
Yeah.
vemos. Ciao.
Vamos? What was it?
Ciao, nos vemos. Like, see you.
Nos
This
vemos.
kind.
Okay, yeah. And thanks a lot, Vanny, for participating in in this. And take care and stay safe.
Thank you, you too. Thank you for inviting me to this amazing program. Hope to see all the next ones, to hear them all.